This is numbers 1 through 3 on the Unit 5 quiz study guide. On number 1, it says determine whether the polygons are similar. If so, write a similarity ratio in the similarity statement. If not, explain why not. What I see here is a set of 3 sides, and so if these two triangles were similar, they would have to be by the SSS similarity theorem. Now, in order to do that, we need to check our ratios. For example, 2.3 over 2, so these NM and DE sides that match up, should equal the same ratio as, let's say, like this NL here of 1.7 over 1.5. So the question becomes, do they actually match? And what you could do is you could pick up your calculator and check this out with it to see if those ratios are the same. So if we were doing 2.3 divided by 2, we'd get 1.15. We want to know is that the same as 1.7 divided by 1.5. And you'll see that they are not the same. So no, these are not similar, and it's because the sides are not proportional. So then we go into numbers 2 and 3, where again it tells us whether the polygon must be similar based on the information in the figures. What I see on number 2 and 3 is this angle right here, and it's a 90-degree angle. And eventually we're going to learn in this class a theorem that says if this one's 90 degrees, so is this one, and all the way around. And so therefore, if you know the same thing about these, we could say yes, these two would be similar because of the AA similarity. You could look and say the sides would be proportional then by the SAS. Same thing with all 3 sides being proportional, and so on. Or in this case, all 4 sides would be proportional. But yes, these two are going to be similar because they're squares, and squares are going to be similar because they have those 90-degree angles that make them up. Similar to that would be number 3 here, in which you'll notice here this one's equiangular, and eventually again you'll learn a theorem in this class that says if it's equiangular, this is also equilateral, which means all these sides are going to be congruent. Likewise, if you see that this is equilateral, then that means that this has to be equiangular, and so now that means that each of these angles are going to be 60 degrees, and if that's the case, they match each of these angles, which are 60 degrees. So again, you could say this by the AA similarity theorem and so on, but yes, these two triangles would be similar.